Okay, good morning everyone. So today we are having this like a new fresh React app, and in this application we are going to learn about that how to create a filter, and which is very easy by using React application. So I've created one application which is just saying only hello, and you can see that this is clearly reflecting over here. So in order to make anything like filter things, so we can create an array so that we can filter that out. So for that, let's suppose I'm creating something over here. Let's suppose some constant, and that can be like array. You will say like array, and within that there are some items. Let's suppose some countries, like let's suppose India, and if I go Indonesia, okay, and let's suppose some country like USA and UK. Some are like what do you say, Germany, and whatever the spelling is, Germany, and let's suppose Singapore, let's suppose Dubai, and Denmark. Whatever the spellings, I'm not caring about these spellings currently. So just having this array, and I need to print this array here instead of here. So what we can do, we can use this curly brackets over here, and within the curly brackets, what we can do, we can write a map over this array. So just do one thing, that is array. Instead of a array, I can write like countries. That should be a better name. Okay, so I can just copy here and write like countries dot map. Okay, this way. And if we are writing this header function which is map, it will be containing one more method inside, and that will give you the item, or that item can be a country. As for the single country, what we want, you want a div, right? And that will be closed for sure, and within that, what you want, that country to be printed. Got it? So what we can do, we can write like country. Okay, so this country will be printed. Let's just save this and have a look. So here we can have like Indonesia, India, Indonesia, UK, US, Germany, Singapore, Dubai, and Denmark, of course. So in order to filtering that, we want a text box just over it. So what we can do, we can create an input which is saying type equals to for sure a button, and this should not be like this. This can be into the string, and value of this button will be nothing for now, and placeholder will be like you can filter here, filter. Okay, and let's suppose that's it, and let's just save this and have a look. We can have an input button. Oh, of course it should not be a button, it should be a text. We are bad at here, so just improve the mistake over here. So we can having fairly filter text box here, and what we want to search something like India, that going to filter out only this IN things, and then it should get avoided while I'm searching this. So in order to that, I want some states. So what kind of states? So there are some state which will be like this text of this, and one more state which is like filtered data to be shown there. So instead of countries, I will be showing the filtered data in the list. Okay, so what we can do, we need to use two states over here. So in order to that, we just importing the use state. Okay, so what we can do, we can use like this way, use state. Okay, and as I just said to you that we need to add two states over here. So I'm just using use state snippet if we have that. Yeah, so use state snippet, we don't have that, so just write a const, because use state returns an array which is having two things. And what two things? One is the state and second is the setter of that state. Okay, so the first state is the filter text. The whatever we are typing in that will be the filter text, and I'm just setting that filter state by this method, and that will be returned by the use state. Okay, so now the initial state of this filter text will be empty for me. Okay, and then there is one more state, that is, any guesses guys, any guesses? Okay, so now the next state will be the filtered state, like whatever the filter countries we have. So we can have like filtered countries, and we can have a setter of that filtered. Make sure the spelling should match, because that won't be working if you're having any problem with the spellings. And let me know if I'm also making any mistake over here, so that it should work seamless. Okay, so by default the initial state of the country should be whatever the countries I've given. So instead of countries, I can have the filtered countries in the here this side. Okay, let's just save this. The output will be same, but here if I type anything, that should be taken as a state. So in order to that, I can write like a value equals to as a filtered text. Okay, and now if I'm saving this and if I go and type here, it won't letting me type. Okay, so what is the problem? So I have just added a two-way data binding. So whenever I'm changing the value, so it takes value from this state, and this state is containing the empty string. Okay, so empty string is again set to this value. That's why it's not printing anything over here. So what we can do, we can write an onChange listener over here. So how will we write? We can do one thing, like here, instead of this, we can write in like this way, so that we can understand it better. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, and here in the next line, what we can do, we can write like on click or for on click we want a method. Okay, and sorry, not on click, we want a on change. So on change, what we want a method, and what that method do. Okay, so this method says that whatever event you have, okay, so whatever event you have, just set this thing. What to set? Filter text. Okay, just set the event, which is the on change event, and event.target. And what is the target? So the target is event.target. That means that text box where did you actually change, and dot value, whatever you are going to write in that will be coming to this. So you need to do set filter text by using e.target.value. And now let's just save this, come here in the filter, and now just check whatever you are typing, it is letting you type. And one more thing over here, if I do like this way, let's suppose I'm just inspecting this and coming here in the components. So here I'm coming and I can see the state. That state is containing the value. So whatever I'm changing, the state is also changing. And this is the second state, which is the filter states. Okay, and there is one thing that need to be given, that there should be a unique key given into the maps whenever we are printing again and again. So we need to give the key here. So what we can do, we can give the key which should be unique. So here, instead of country, what we can do, we can take two things. One is the country and one is the index. And that index should not be the key of this. There should be something what we call unique in that. Okay, so you can give like a new date with the timestamp dot get time. Okay, So this will give you the timestamp of current date, and then plus the index. That will make a unique thing for you. Okay, so this will sort this out. Okay, and let's just save this, and I've done this. Save this, come here and refresh things, and now you can see that that issue is actually not here. This is something which is for the icon issue. We can avoid this for the logo PNG. If I go like in, let's just remove this error also for the satisfaction on the public demand. Let's just go here, and at the top we have some meta things, and we can remove that this thing from let's just remove this, save this, and now you can see that there is no error, and that is saying set filtered is assigned but never used, missing this, invoking line number. These are all our warnings, so we can check we're gonna use it for sure. So this thing is actually declared but never used. We'll do it. And one more thing, line number 21, what is saying? Missing this comma, invoking a constructor. That is not an issue. We can manage this. Okay, so let's suppose what we want now, whatever we are typing here, that should be reflected in the filter countries. So instead of writing in this way, we can create a method called ConstFilter. This is a method. Okay, and within this, what we can have the event, of course, and we can write the definition. And writing this thing here, we can also write that here. Okay, and we can get rid of these things. So far so good. Okay, now I think we don't need this filter text also. So what we can do, we can basically remove this value. Okay, and we can avoid this filter text. It is just letting you know that we can handle this with the control form also. So we are just having the filter countries, and whenever we are we need not to set this also for sure. Okay, or need not to. So what we do into the filter, so we need to create a filter of this countries, and that should be set to the filter countries. So what we can do, we just create a copy of that countries, and then we need to filter that out. Okay, and in that you will have the country. Okay, and what you will do, that country should start with that. Okay, so if I say country COUN country dot index of whatever you have having into the search string, so that if that is triple equals to 0, that means start with that, right? And if it is not, then what you can do, like it should be triple dot, then it should not be like that. So you can now set filtered countries and just pass this thing within the braces. And now just try this. Let's just save this and try with this. India, is it filtering? No, not at all. I need to check what is the issue. The issue is very simple, that we have declared this method but never used. So in order to that, we can just write like here, you can on change, you can just put the filter here, just save it, and now just come here, refresh it and try. If I type like India, it's working, TI Indonesia, but if I'm pressing the backspace, it's also working so fine. So it is so good while we are writing things like in that way. Okay, so understand this. we are having the country. Okay, let's suppose it's in this way. So we are having the countries, okay, and we are having one input and one list. So in order to writing a list, we just need to create the map over the array, and in the map you want to have every item over here, and for that you can print every item within the div. And as React says that every item should give the key, so I'm just providing a unique key. You can get it like typing here, you will get a unique key every time. So if you want to check what does it give you, it gives you actually a current time string within the milliseconds. So if I typing here, you can see this. Okay, so it altogether a different thing. Okay, so this is the text box and the list, and what we need to do whenever we are changing this, we need to create a copy for this countries. Okay, and then filter that out, and then setting it to the set filtered, and that filtered countries is already into the array, so that will be reflected here. So we can search for the India, we can directly work for the USA also. But let's suppose if I'm using the small case, that won't be working, because what we are doing that we are not handling with the casing. This searching is actually a case sensitive. So in order to that, what you can do like two lowercase for the country as well as the like the value also. So here also you can write like 2 lowercase. So in any way, if you're writing the smaller or capital case here, if you write like small u, that will also working for, and for the S that will be USA, for K for the UK. Okay, so I think that is okay now, and you can easily use the filter things. If you really like this and you have watched the video like so far, so I wish that you will be liking this video, and please subscribe and share with the others things. Anything that you are having confusion, please comment it out and we'll sort it out in the next video. So thank you so much guys, we'll meet you again. Yeah.